Lifeboat equipment. Navigational and mobility equipment. Equipment salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. 1. Magnetic. Compass. Provided with illumination. Permanently fitted in. Totally enclosed. Lifeboats. Direction finding. Equipment. Used in lifeboat. To find the way. Back. Have an aid. During searches. 1. Navigational and mobility equipment. 2. Buoyant. Oars. To make headway in calm seas. Primary means of manual propulsion and close quarters handling, especially if the engine fails. Sufficient. Or navigational and mobility equipment. Equipment salient. Features. Purpose. dec2o25. 3 boat. Hooks. 1 fending off prevent. 2 retrieving, to recover or regain. 2. Navigational and mobility equipment. Equip.me. NT. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. 4. C. Anchor. Adequate size fitted. With a shock resistant. Hawser and tripping. Line. I. It reduces the drifting rate of the boat. 2. It keeps head of the boat towards wind. Direction. 1. See anchor dimensions. Dimensions vary by the intended use, but for a standard, see anchor as specified by some regulations. Big hole mouth diameter, a common specified diameter. For a sea anchor used with a lifeboat is around 36 inches. For life rafts, the mouth diameter can range from 400 millimeters for a 10-person capacity to 800 millimeters for lifeboats over 9 m in length. See anchor dimensions. Small hole apex diameter, the diameter at the apex is considerably smaller, typically specified as around 4 inches. Length, a typical length for the canvas bag itself might be around 70 inches. Tripping line length. Purpose of the tripping line is to aid in retrieving the sea anchor by pulling it in from the narrow apex end, which trips its hold on the water. Standard length, as per SOLAS requirements, the painter main line should be 30 meters long. The tripping line can be a shorter length, often specified as 15 to 30 meters. Considerations. The line should be long enough to reach the apex of the sea anchor when it is fully deployed. A full-length tripping line back to the boat is not recommended in heavy weather due to the risk of it fouling and accidentally tripping the sea anchor when it is most needed. The line should be buoyant, with polypropylene often recommended to avoid tangling with the main road. Weave oil bag attached to the sea anchor's hawser rope and deployed to windward, upwind. The oil bag is a canvas bag loosely filled with an absorbent material, such as oakum or cotton waste, and saturated with a specific type of oil, traditionally fish oil. Weave oil bag. Operation. Small holes are pricked in the canvas bag with a sailmaker's needle to allow a steady, slow release of oil onto the water's surface. Wave mitigation. The oil spreads across the water, creating a film that changes the surface tension, which, in turn, helps to prevent seas from breaking and reduces the force of the waves against the lifeboat. This effect makes it easier to manage the boat and reduces the risk of capsizing or being swamped in a swell. Pyrotechnic. Pyrotechnic are the distress flares used at the time abandoning the ship or used in survival craft, which produces visual signals, a light or smoke signals to attract the attention of the other craft at sea. Pyrotechnics. Pyrotechnics. Hand flare. Rocket. Parachute. Smoke float. QTY. 6, 4, 2. Duration. 60 seconds at least. 40 seconds at least. Hand flare duration x3. 60 x 3 equals 180 seconds. At least. Kept in. Watertight casing. Watertight casing. Watertight casing. Operating. Instruction. Refer instruction given in the casing. Refer instruction given in the casing. Refer instruction given in the casing. Pyrotechnics. Hand flare. Rocket. Smoke. Used during day and night. Day and night. Day. Burn with color. Red color. Red color. Orange. Smoke. Luminous. Intensity. 15,000 CD. 30,000 candelas. O. Range. 5 to 7 miles. 20 to 25 miles. 5 to 7 miles.
PY our 8CH hand flare, rocket, parachute, smoke float, expired, period 3 eminus, 1 2 years or 42 mods, 3 eminus 1 2 years or 42 mods, 3 eminus 1 2 years or 42 mods. Outdated pyrotechnics, never used for practice purpose, never used for practice purpose, never used for practice purpose. Outdated pyrotechnics must be disposed of by returning to the supply, by returning to the supply, by returning to the supplier, by returning to the supplier. Firing of distress signal in other than distress condition is an offense, an offense, an offense.
12 additional rocket parachute kept in bridge. Cargo ship. Passenger ship. Rocket parachute not to fired when any helicopter or plane is approaching. Firing of distress signal in other than distress condition is an offense.
Whistle. Purpose: to attract the attention of rescuers or nearby vessels, especially when visibility is poor during heavy fog, rain. Design: do not have a moving P. A P can swell when wet or freeze in cold weather, rendering the whistle silent. P-less designs use air chains to create sound. CUM material constructed from high-impact, UV-stabilized plastic to prevent rust from saltwater exposure and degradation from sunlight. High decibel output produce a piercing high-frequency sound, typically reaching 100 dB to 118 decibel or more at 1 meter.
Signaling and communication equipment whistle. Signaling and communication equipment whistle. Color. Orange to make them easy to locate in low light or if dropped in the water. Buoyancy. Designed to float, ensuring they are not lost if they fall overboard during an emergency. Attachment. Point. Equipped with a lanyard hole or a built-in clip to be securely fastened to a life jacket. 8. Signaling and communication equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Waterproof. Electric torch. Suitable for Morse signaling provided. With one spare set of batteries in a spare bulb in a waterproof container. Nighttime. Visual. Signaling and general illumination. 1. 9. Signaling and communication equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Daylight. Signaling. Mirror. Comes with instructions for use. Is used to attract the attention of passing ships or aircrafts by using the sun's reflection. 1. Instructions for use of heliograph. Mirror. A. Hold the foresight in the left hand in line with the target about 6 inches in front of the eye. B. Place the back of the mirror immediately in front of the eye with the right hand and align the 2 holes on the target. Instructions for use of heliograph. Mirror. C. Rock the mirror until the scribe circles on the foresight and the black spot. Centralize on the foresight hole. The beam is then directed onto the target. D. The beam need not be rocked deliberately as the hand does this inadvertently. 10. Signaling and communication. Equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Radar reflector. Increases the lifeboat's visibility on other ships' radar screens, aiding in search and rescue. 1. The radar reflector is a passive safety device used to make a lifeboat visible to the radar of rescue ships and aircraft. Most lifeboats are made of GRP, which are poor reflectors of radar waves. Without a reflector, lifeboat appears as a tiny, inconsistent speck on a ship's radar screen.
1. The physics, the corner reflector principle. The core mechanism of a radar reflector is based on geometry, specifically the trihedral corner reflector. It usually consists of conducting surfaces, metal plates or mesh, arranged at 90° angles to each other, like the corner of a room. The problem with flat surfaces. If a radar wave hits a flat surface, like a wall, it reflects away at an angle, like a ball bouncing off a wall. It only goes back to the source if it hits exactly at 90°. The corner solution. When a radar wave hits a corner reflector, it undergoes 3 reflections. Gek hits plate A, bounces to plate B. Kek hits plate B, bounces to plate C. Shek hits plate C, shoots back exactly parallel to the incoming source. Because of this geometry, no matter which angle the radar signal comes from, the reflector catches it and sends it straight back to the rescue ship.
2. The result. Increased radar cross-section, RCS. The effectiveness of a target on radar is measured by its radar cross-section, RCS. Without reflector, a small fiberglass lifeboat absorbs or scatters radar waves It has a very low RCS. With reflector, the metallic corners create a strong, bright blip on the radar screen. It artificially amplifies the size of the boat, making a 5-meter lifeboat look like a much larger steel vessel to the radar.
3. Omermailtal use in the lifeboat. SOLAS regulations require radar reflectors to be carried in lifeboats and life rafts. Stowage. It is usually stowed in the emergency locker in a collapsed flat state to save space. Exempli. In an emergency, the crew must take it out and expand it. It usually naps open into an octahedral, 8-sided diamond shape. Mounting, crucial. It must be mounted as high as possible. Why height matters? Radar is line of sight. The higher the reflector is mounted, usually on an oar or a dedicated mast, the further away it can be detected, horizon distance, and the less it will be hidden by high waves.
11. Signaling and communication equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Life-saving. Signals card. A copy of the prescribed life-saving signals on a waterproof card or in a container. Standardizes communications between a survival craft and a rescue. 1. Landing signals for the guidance of small boats with crews or persons in distress. This section is used when you are in a lifeboat or life raft approaching the shore and a person on the beach or rescue unit is using hand signals or lights to guide you to a safe landing spot. 1. Signals for safe to land here. If the person on the shore wants to tell you that this is the best place to land, they will use vertical motions. Day signal. Night signal. Meaning. Vertical waving of arms. White flag or white cloth. Vertical waving of a white light or flare. This is the best place to land. Firing of a green star signal. Code letter K by light/sound. 2. Signals for do not land here, a dangerous. If the landing area is dangerous, rocks, currents, heavy surf, the person on shore will use horizontal motions. Day signal. Night signal. Meaning. Horizontal waving of arms. White flag. Horizontal waving of a white light or flare. Landing here, highly dangerous. Firing of a red star signal. Code letters by light/sound. According to the International Code of Signals, the specific response to a life signal, like a flare or signal from a lifeboat, is as follows. The help is coming signal. When a rescue station or maritime rescue unit sees your signal, they acknowledge with the following. By day, a range-colored smoke signal or a combined light and sound signal thunder flash, consisting of 3 discrete signals fired at intervals of approximately 1 minute. By day, a range-colored smoke signal. According to the International Code of Signals, the specific response to a life signal, like a flare or signal from a lifeboat, is as follows. The help is coming signal. When a rescue station or maritime rescue unit sees your signal, they acknowledge with the following. By night, 3 White Star rockets fired at intervals of approximately 1 minute. By night, 3 White Star rockets fired at intervals of approximately 1 minute. By night, 3 White Star rockets fired at intervals of approximately 1 minute. Image OF landing signal. Survival provisions. Equipment, salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Food ration. Food ration, 10,000 kJ equivalent to 2,200 calorie per person for 6 days. Distribution. First day, no food for 24 hours. Except sick and injured person. Provides basic sustenance for endurance while awaiting rescue. 1. If food is not available in the lifeboat, you can eat the following: fish, seaweeds, plankton. If food is not available in the lifeboat, you can eat the following: fish, turtle, female turtle eggs, green turtle. Green turtle. If food is not available in the lifeboat, you cannot eat the following: fish, has spikes, has bristles, has spines. Survival provisions. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. Shiu. T. Y. Water. Fresh water, 3 liters of water per person for 8 days. First day, no water for 24 hours. Except sick and injured person. Ensures sufficient drinking water for survival. Survival provisions. Equipment. Fresh water. 1. After 24 hours given a half LPR or 500 milliliters or 1 pint. 2. Why first 24 hours water is not given to everyone, because as it will very little absorb by the body and rest is going to waste if water is not available in the lifeboat. Urine, seawater, alcohol. Urine. E. Survival provisions. Equipment, salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Dipper. Rust-proof dipper. With a lanyard. Extracting and distributing drinking water from containers, including collecting rainwater. 1. Drinking vessel. Rust-proof. Graduated drinking vessel. For rationing and hygienically distributing water. 1. Medical and personal safety. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. First aid outfit. In a waterproof case. That can be tightly closed after use. For addressing injuries and medical needs during the wait for rescue. 1. Anti-seasickness medicine. 1 seasickness bag for each person, plus 6 doses per person for 48 hours. Essential for minimizing nausea and dehydration, which severely impact survival capability, medical and personal safety. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Thermal. Protective. Aids. EPA. Retains body heat to protect occupants from hypothermia in cold conditions. Sufficient for 10% of the occupants, or 2, whichever, is greater. Tools and maintenance. Equipment. Salient. Features. Purpose. dec2o25. Fishing. Tackle. 1. Catching the fish. 2. Diverting your mind. 3. Repairing the life raft if badly worn out. One line have 6 different hooks. Purpose of fishing kit image. Catching the fish. Diverting your mind. Repairing the life raft if badly worn out, if badly worn out. General maintenance and utility equipment. Equipment. Salient. Features. Purpose. dec2o25. Baler. For manually removing accumulated water from the boat. A bailing material made of inherently buoyant material so it does not sink if dropped overboard. Must be rot-proof, corrosion-resistant. Accessibility. It is typically stowed in a waterproof equipment bag for immediate use during an emergency. 1. General maintenance and utility. Equipment. Equipment. Salient. Features. Purpose. dec2o25. Buckets. Capacity. 2 gallon. For manually removing accumulated water from the boat. Bailing. 2. Collection of garbage. 3. Collection of rainwater. 4. Can be used as a sea anchor. 5. For recreation purpose. 2. General maintenance and utility equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Manual pump suitable for effective bailing if the lifeboat is not automatically self-bailing. Alternative means of watering the lifeboat. 1. Jackknife. Jackknife attached to the boat by a lanyard. Utility tools for cutting ropes. 1. General maintenance and utility equipment. Equipment. Salient. Features. Purpose. dec2o25. Tin openers. Opening ration tins and general survival tasks. 3. Hatchets. For quickly cutting ropes, like the painter line, or freeing the boat from wreckage/entanglements. 2. 1 at each end of the lifeboat. General maintenance and utility equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Painters. Ropes. 1 attached to the release device, the other near the bow. Used to secure the lifeboat to the ship during lowering, and 2. A rescue vessel/dock later. 2. Portable fire extinguisher. Approved type suitable for extinguishing oil fires, for fighting engine or fuel related fires within the lifeboat. 1. General maintenance and utility equipment. Equipment. Salient features. Purpose. dec2o25. Engine tool kit. Sufficient tools for minor adjustments to the engine and its accessories. Basic maintenance and repair of the lifeboat's engine. 1. Buoyant rescue quoits attached to a buoyant line of at least 30 meters. Used to rescue a person who has fallen overboard. 2. Portable searchlight. Every lifeboat and rescue boat must be equipped with an efficient, portable searchlight. Illumination power. It must be capable of illuminating an object of a light color with a width of approx. 15 meters at a distance of 180 meters for a total period of 6 hours and continuous operation for at least 3 hours and luminous intensity 2500 candelas. Construction of searchlight made of non-magnetic material must be designed to be used in all weather conditions. The bulb should be easily replaceable, even in total darkness.
2. Specific uses in lifeboats and rescue boats. Search and discovery to locate survivors or other survival craft in the water during nighttime or heavy fog. Navigation, obstacle detection. To identify hazards such as ice rocks when approaching a coastline or a rescue vessel. Consignaling. While not its primary function, a searchlight can be used to attract the attention of passing ships or aircraft by flashing or sweeping the beam. Assisting recovery, for rescue boats specifically, used to illuminate the water area where a person is being retrieved to ensure the safety of both the survivor and the rescue crew.
2 33-264. Searchlight for lifeboat. Power 24 VSO. Lamp holder special. Under SOLAS Regulation 20, searchlights are subject to regular checks to ensure operational readiness. Weekly inspection as part of the lifeboat/rescue boat visual check. The searchlight should be checked for physical damage. Monthly inspection. A functional test is typically required to ensure the light turns on and the batteries are charged. Spare parts. Vessels are required to carry spare bulbs and, if applicable, spare batteries or functional charging. Arrangement. Survival manual. To provide crucial, easy-to-read guidance with illustrations for crew and passengers on best survival practices operating the LSA first aid, navigation and managing emergencies like hypothermia. Survival manual of lifeboat.